record button. The record button has been hit.
You already hit the record button.
Did I already? No.
Look out now.
It is recording now. Before I wasn't, but now we are.
Before it wasn't. So the record icon that I received was a goddamned lie.
That doesn't make any sense. Maybe it gave you the impression that we were recording just in case you didn't want to say. I don't know, but I hit it now.
Yeah. God forbid I said something like cunt or something like that. That'd be terrible. I don't want that on the internet.
My audio is going to sound like shit because, first of all, there's a shielding problem in this room because anytime I plug in my audio interface, I get that digital clicking. I think it depends on what's powering, whatever. But also,
so what you're saying, your office is a Faraday cage. Is that what you're telling me?
It might be, but also I am working on a rental laptop because this fucking thing has a battery that needs to be replaced. Now,
wait, hang on. Have they not even contacted you to replace it yet?
Oh, Brandon Chalmers, they did contact me to replace it. So the way that the 2015 Retina MacBook Pro, the way they put the battery is to make space for all the guts, they glue the battery to the top case. This is the top case. This thing here, the touchpad and the keyboard. So if you take off of this, the battery is glued to there. Now, the easy way to repair a replacement for the battery is to order an entire new top case with the battery pre-installed, which is a certified Apple part that you can buy directly from Apple if you're a repair shop. Guess how much that costs.
Wait, are we doing Price is Right rules? Is it closest without going over?
Well, I'm going to tell you this. If you were paying attention to what Apple released today, you are maybe $100 less than what you could actually than what that costs.
Okay. Let's see. I was not paying attention.
Oh, okay,
I was
okay.
Working like an adult. But so I'm going to take a shot in the dark here and say, that laptop was $1,400.
Oh no, I'm not talking about the laptop. I'm talking about just the replacement part.
Right. No, I'm trying to use a base. Like,
okay.
You know, a car is, a new car being all things considered $30,000. A replacement, I don't know, transmission, $5,000. So I'm like total laptop price, time and availability, the Apple tax, everything else like that. I'm going to say that the top case, which by the way is the bottom of the fucking laptop, so I can fuck off right out of the gate. Yeah. Secondly, glue, come the fuck on. That thing gets warm. Thirdly, $674.
Brandon Chalmers, you are fucking on. It is $668.
Damn,
$668 to get the part in and repaired. $668. And initially I was like, well, I need a machine. This piece of shit Lenovo Core i7, whatever this fuck thing is not doing it. However, I thought better and I said, no. If I'm going to pay the equivalent of a new machine already, I'm just going to take it home and figure it out myself. Turns out iFixit sells a kit, a battery kit with like all the widgets that you need to unscrew things.
And some hot glue.
And some hot glue and some glue guns and some like solvent so you can get rid of the glue that's on the shit and pull up the batteries and stuff.
I got you. Yeah. Little JB Weld dissolver going on.
Yeah, so they kit you out. The kit plus the battery, $100.
Well, shit, that's worth just trying. Like, fuck it.
That's exactly my thought.
Like, you're done.
Yeah.
Because at damn near $700, you may as well buy a new computer, which I think is the point.
Yeah,
that they're trying to push.
And that was my thinking too, because I'm getting a new PC. Once that gets in, who knows when I'm going to have to go into the office again. By the time I do have to go into the office again, I can look at what's out there in terms of laptops, and I can get a mid-range for the amount of money it would have cost to replace the top case.
Right. Yeah. You can easily find something. Hell, you've got that iPad Pro or whatever it is. Maybe you get the keyboard mount for it or whatever it is and work with that.
This thing, I know people have been saying, oh, you can edit video on it, blah, blah, blah. You can't do After Effects on it. I can't do motion graphics on my iPad Pro.
I mean, either way, we're talking about months at this point, given the vaccine. So fuck it.
Yeah.
You got time. So that makes total sense to me. Right on. All right.
So,
wow.
So I used to follow a bunch of people on YouTube talking about like right to repair, and I was like, oh yeah, they're just blowing smoke up my ass. But no, they are fucking right. They are fucking right. You buy a machine, you should be able to fix it.
We fucking talked about this last week, like with cars and everything else like that.
Yeah.
Right to repair is a real fucking thing. I am totally behind it.
Yeah.
I know I sound like old man yells at clouds sometimes about that shit.
Yeah.
And I get it. I am justified in that criticism of like, I get it, old man. You fear technology. But what I really fear is not being able to fix shit myself.
Yeah. And I'm a total believer. I am never buying an Apple laptop ever again. I'm never buying an Apple desktop ever again. I'm going strictly PC, and using this PC for the past week and a half, it's terrible. Like the experience is terrible, but I don't care. It runs what I need it to run. It's allowing me to do this podcast. For some reason, the audio is having a trouble, but that's another thing to fuck with. That's another thing to figure out.
Yeah. Hey, real quick. Are the lights a problem behind me? Are you getting a little flicker action going on there?
Yeah, but I don't care. I think it's great.
Well, no, I was a little worried about people, like, will it trigger anything or anything?
Oh.
I'm trying to be courteous to our audience here. So if you want me to turn them off, I can gladly turn them off.
That might be a good point. I didn't even think about that. That might be a good point, especially with like the reports of like Cyberpunk knocking people out.
I mean, that's one thing, but like fuck the video game drama or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I care about our audience. Guys, I wanted to be festive for you. I tried to get the lights up and everything else like that because Jamie gave me a hard time about it last week, justifiably so.
Yeah.
And turns out that my built-in camera for my MacBook can't figure it out. I don't remember if these are LED lights, so which I think might be the real problem, that I don't have the old school ones.
I'll try to see. There's a fix in After Effects, and it's a quick one, or in Premiere. I'll try to see if I can fix it, and if I can next week, lights on.
That's fine. Yeah, like that's totally fine. So I apologize to anyone if it caused you any issues or anything else like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't my intent. Just realized like it started off and it wasn't happening, and then all of a sudden I started to see it and it was like, I'm not trying to fucking chase away anybody in our audience or anything else like that. That is not my desire. While it may not seem like it sometimes, kids, I do care about you.
Yeah.
Like I want to make sure you're actually having a good time here. There's only a few of you. I don't want to chase any of you.
Now,
please don't leave.
Now, while we're on the shitting on Tim Apple bandwagon, let me ask you a question, Brandon Chalmers. Those fancy Bluetooth wireless cans that you are wearing, I'm assuming they are Beats by the Dre.
They are.
How much did those set you back?
So,
you don't have ballparkish.
No. Full disclosure, I received these as a Christmas gift.
Okay.
2 years ago. They are technically, to me, they cost me nothing. They are the Beats Studio 3, I believe. Let me confirm and look at my Bluetooth settings here. Yeah. The Beats Studio 3. So I assume there's an upgraded model. I have not bothered to search since then.
Okay.
They came with a really great case. They are the 10-year anniversary version.
Nice.
So they got a fancy case that came with them.
Nice.
It's all like suede lined on the inside. It's a stiff style case, so therefore it keeps them really nice and together. I won't be able to hear you for a second, but I can at least show everybody how they will absolutely break down and then fold into themselves, so they do comfortably fit inside the case.
Very nice. Very nice.
They work for calls. They work for everything else. They are incredibly comfortable. They are noise canceling. Did that turn you off?
Do they have
They're still on.
Do they have the function where like you can listen to stuff outside?
Yes. Yeah. They have an ambient. They have an ambient thing. So like when you're on a call or something like that, it will it will turn off the noise canceling and you can hear the ambient noise. But like when I just want to listen to music, these are outstanding. They're padded. They're incredibly comfortable. There's a lot of aftermarket companies that will make like pad covers that have like different designs on them and everything else like that to extend the longevity of the ear pads. Yeah. Honestly, I think they're the nicest pair of headphones I own. I am a firm believer in Beats, and I know I'm paying an Apple tax, and I know like, oh, you just bought into thing. Really, here's my thing. I have the Studio Beats for home and when I'm doing work on like a laptop and when I'm like trying to kind of tune the rest of the world out and just enjoy my music. They're outstanding. Okay. And they work very well. And a lot of people test them. And I don't have to question whether or not they're going to work properly. There's some peace of mind had there, similar to like an iPhone. A lot of people fucking use it. They're going to work. Like they're selling a fucking ton of these. They're not going to sell crap. In turn, I was an early adopter to the Beats earbuds as well. The wireless Beats earbuds. Right. I am now using the wireless Beats earbuds as my daily headphones. They have a hard aluminum case that allow them to charge. There's a built-in battery in it. So the idea is you can listen to each ear independently. Each ear independently has its full set of controls and everything else like that, as well as the ability to manipulate your audio and shift it from stereo to mono. So you can listen to full stereo sound in one ear. If you need to keep ambient noise out and around or what have you, like I tend to listen to a lot of podcasts when I'm at work and want to have one ear open in case somebody needs to talk to me, phone calls, what have you, lets me do that. But in turn, that means that I'm getting normally what would be about, I believe it's 8 hours. I think it's more like 6.5 per ear, but that means I'm getting 6.5 in this ear, then 6.5 in this ear. And then I'm able to charge from the case and get an additional, I believe, 14 hours from each ear just from the charge. So I'm able to always have I have yet to, since I've had them, find my headphones dead. Nice. And that is really nice, giving a wireless pair of headphones. The other thing is they solved an old problem that they had. The case that they had wasn't the most protective, and I ended up breaking a pair early on, and it was heartbreaking because I used them every day at work. Yeah. With the new case, it's hard-sided. It's aluminum. It's got a nice, safe place for it to rest. So I can just huck the case in my bag. I don't have to think about it. My headphones are perfectly fine. I know exactly where they are. I don't have to worry about them at all. That's great. That means I can travel with them. I can go back and forth, work with them. I can throw them in my pocket. Like, they have become my everyday headphones, and they're delightful. And I think I got those on sale for $199. They also have noise canceling when both ears are in. Okay. They work great. They sound great. They hold up well. They're like sweat proof. They're water resistant. Like, they're probably the best pair of all around headphones. And if anybody were to ask me, I'm sure there are a lot of differing opinions. I would tell you, buy Beats and quit fucking around. So you got those little dudes, $199. These I believe brand new were $400 at the time. Oh, okay. I think that when I got them as a gift. I believe they were on sale for like $329. Okay. They were like on my wish list. It was like a big gift. And the statement that I put out there was, I would never spend this money on myself. I don't need them. They are strictly a want, an eventual want. Okay. And previous administration, to their absolute credit, and their parental unit got together and said, hey, let's half this thing and get them a nice pair of headphones. And genuinely, it's one of the kinder gifts I've ever received. I genuinely appreciate them. I still use them to this day. If for some reason either of them happen to see this episode, thank you. Genuinely, it was an incredibly kind gift, and I still continue to use them to this day. It is still very much appreciated. So, all right. Well, then this might not be that big a deal to you. Oh, the like $500 Apple AirBuds, like. It's called hold on, I got it overpriced. It's called These AirPod overpriced. It's called AirPod Max
at $549.
Fuck you. Because,
and it comes in a little Apple bra, so you put the headphones in a bra to charge it. And you have a little
whatever.
bra
But,
case that you
that's
take around
fine,
and stuff.
whatever. Hang on a second, though. To my understanding, those headphones are Bluetooth only.
Bluetooth only.
So therefore, they lack the fidelity capability to actually utilize all the technology they have, because none of the music in iTunes is able to play at the quality that the headphones are able to reach.
Also, if you were thinking about getting these to do studio mixes, no sir. No one mixes with Bluetooth cans. Like, it's plug in or you get a goddamn studio monitor.
Right. You get a proper, like, any audiophile. If you try and hand them wireless headphones, they're going to fucking stare at you and go, what is this travel light bullshit?
Yeah.
Now, there are varying degrees of very nice travel headphones,
but
I make no pretend that they may call themselves studio headphones. They're not. They're very much not. And if I was working in a studio, honestly, I'd probably buy a set of those old Sony cans that I have.
Yeah.
Again, because genuinely I think they were much better headphones. But as far as what I want to be able to use in multiple places, this was the best choice for home.
Yeah.
And for kind of tuning out everyone as we traveled and stuff like that. Well, because, like, you know, we'd be doing like art fight trips or something like that. And I'd want some alone time. Like, you know, somebody else happens to drive and I just want to be able to kind of tune everybody out and take a nap.
Yeah.
I can put on something and just kind of zone out. Like, I could very easily throw on like an old Pink Floyd album, leave the fucking, the ambient sound turn off and just fall asleep. And just ignore all of it. You could be in the room. Right, honestly, yeah. Like, there were many a day where, like,
in there.
This was my regular go-to anytime I had a goddamn migraine.
Yeah.
I'd put on one of those and then I turned the volume pretty low. So this way it was just an ambient thing in the background. I knew it wouldn't bother me. And it would turn off all the other sound. You turn all the lights off and you sit in a chair and you just try and let your brain relax.
You vibe.
If you become silent, you don't get that. These gave me that gift. Like, that was a very nice, like, it's a very nice thing to have.
Yeah.
I don't understand the idea of that. I have a real kind of fundamental issue with where Apple's going.
I don't know who this is for. Like, I can understand the pricing around the watches. I'm not a watch person, but I can sort of understand the pricing around the watches.
I can't.
Like,
I own an Apple Watch, and I think the one that they're selling now is fucking overpriced.
Well, I mean, like the lower end models, I don't know. The
lower end model, I don't think this watch is worth more than $300. I think the idea of paying the like $500 or, God forbid, in some of those bands, damn near $1,000 for this watch, it ain't worth it. Is it convenient? Yeah, absolutely. Do I use a lot of the features, especially the workout tracking and stuff like that? I use it a ton.
Yeah,
it's great.
So like yeah.
But,
I mean, the watch pricing, it doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not a watch person, but I could see kind of like in the luxury market, like you would want that kind of thing.
I think reasonably for what I use it for, I'm paying about $100 more than I should.
Yeah.
I think I can probably get a comparable Fitbit for $200.
You can get Fitbit for like $70.
No. I'm talking about, like, I think
the smart one.
The one that looks like a watch.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. Also, I think it looks better. I'm a firm believer after wearing the Fitbit for a long time, having an actual looking watch.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, like in photos and stuff like that, I think looks a lot better. So there is a little bit to that. But I can understand paying a little bit more for the Apple tax. I'm good with that. And like the AirPods, they
sure.
I mean, if you want to have little sperm hanging out of your ears, go nuts.
And then like the HomePod, like I can sort of see the pricing around some of these products, but like the $549 for a fucking pair of cans that's going to get you jacked in the middle of the street.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, I don't feel weird wearing these outside.
Yeah.
Like, just because, I'm advertising the whatever it is, and I get it. Like, I got the fancy 10-year anniversary, so they got a special color combo, whatever it is. Because I'm bougie, and when I ask for things, I'm going to ask for the bougie one.
I really should get a pair of decent cans, but I got these, and then I got a set of Zooms that came with this thing.
Right. Yeah, like honestly, if I were to suggest to you a set of headphones, I would go look for like, I think there's Sony like MRs or something like that. They're like $90. They're wired. They've got that old school like 15-foot coiled wire.
Yeah, man.
And like the adapter, because it's I think it's 1/4-inch plug, and they're super good.
Yeah, I have a pair of old Sures that I use.
Sures, yeah.
So but like I don't take those out. Like they stay inside when I'm trying to mix a thing.
Right, yeah. Like I used to have that Sony pair for a long time, and then eventually just the cups kind of fell apart, and it just kind of like I wore them out.
Yeah,
was the problem.
But you wear this Max thing on your head, people are gonna just punch you in the face and then steal them and then resell them.
And frankly, they should. Sorry, I
want to know who the target market is, because I can see a market for some of their other home products that I would never use, but I could see people like a smart speaker. I don't like a smart speaker. I don't want a motherfucker listening to me, but I can see people getting into that. But like these things,
you know what the market is? People who want a new pair of these, but want to buy something nicer and don't want to put the time into doing research.
I thought, because doesn't Apple own Beats now?
Yeah, which is why I'll never buy a pair of AirPods, because the Beats actually curve around my ear and they're not going to fall out.
Yeah.
So I'm getting all of the Apple support, all of the Apple connectivity, all the reliability, all of the proprietary information, but not having to deal with some little white hunk of shit in my ear that's just going to fall out, and better battery life and better sound quality and better everything. But yeah, like with those headphones, I genuinely think it's somebody who wants nice headphones, who doesn't want to put any research into it, who doesn't want a pair of Beats because they don't want to look like some 14-year-old teenager. This is for 40-somethings who have Beats money and want a nice pair of headphones for the holidays.
But they don't want Beats.
And they don't want Beats because they don't want to look like some 17-year-old.
Mm.
So they're going to buy a nice pair of Apple headphones.
It's a damn shame.
for their man cave or whatever it is, or for their office. And honestly, a lot of people, like, you got to figure there are a lot of mid-level and up people who are working from home, doing Zoom calls and everything else like that, that are looking for a new microphone and a new pair of headphones.
Yeah.
And if they have one that works with everything, with their iPhone and everything else like that, and they are able to pay a little more, but they know it's going to work, they're going to buy the shit out of them. Apple's going to sell a fucking ton of these. And I bet if you crack them apart, I bet the innards are the fucking Studio Beats.
Oh no,
exact same fucking headphones, and they turn the bass down a little bit.
They put a H1 chip in the headphones. It's called an H1 chip, and it like models the sound around you, so it makes micro adjustments to fit
are you
your
saying
head
that
and
it creates
stuff.
Surround sound?
No.
Yeah.
It's AI powered, and it makes all these fancy micro.
So what you're saying is, Jamie, you can hear me from over here, and you can hear me from over here.
Around 360 degrees.
Yeah. Congratulations. You've managed to collect the technology of 1994, and you've managed to bring Dolby DTS 7.1 surround sound into my head. Fuck off with that.
Yeah.
No, like, they're gonna sell a fucking ton of them. Who are they for? Anyone who makes $65K plus a year, who wants a new pair of headphones and doesn't want to put any fucking effort into looking.
Yeah.
They're going to sell a fucking ton of them. They're going to be the back order item of the holidays. I can guarantee you. Apple is going to sell out of them like there's no tomorrow.
I bet you're right. I think you're right.
Because I think mentally everyone is good with paying $400 for really nice headphones, because that's been the price point that's been drilled into them over the last couple of years. And they felt uncomfortable about it when it first started. And how many fucking people have headphones like I do? And then now add the justification for work. The
That's
possibility
true.
that they can write off part of it for
That's
work
true.
as an expense.
Yeah, I had not considered that.
We're all working from home, bro.
Yeah.
At least a lot of us are.
Yeah.
So a nice pair of comfortable headphones, I can justify that all day long.
That's a good point.
Of a nice pair of headphones that are comfortable and work well and immediately connect with everything.
And you'll sound better. You'll sound better than I'm sounding right now because I sound like a potato.
And that's the thing, right? And the built-in microphone, knowing I don't have to deal with any of this and I can still use my built-in camera.
Yeah.
Cool. That's one less piece of tech I got to buy.
Yeah, I got to figure this shit out because this is going to piss me off.
I'm telling you right now, they're going to be the easiest headphones to use. They're gonna be real straightforward. They're going to be super comfortable. Most people's little bra case isn't going to leave their fucking nightstand or the table next to their desk.
Yeah.
And those headphones will get used all the time.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. I guess people aren't really going outside that much. So you're not going to get stopped in the street and beat the shit out of because you're going to be wearing these at home.
Right. But you're, and you got to figure like there's going to be a lot of people who are looking for time away from kids or family or spouse or whatever it is, just a little alone time.
Yeah. Plug that shit in.
Right. Yeah. Oh, honey, I'm going to go put on an album and I'm going to go read a book in a corner and everything else. Like, if you need me, just text me.
Just text me.
I'll get it on my watch. Just text me.
Oh man. Well, Brandon Chalmers, for the first time in a long time, hit me with the intro.
Welcome, one and all, from lands near and far, for this is the greatest podcast mankind has ever heard. Welcome to the fucking Do It Cast, part of the Hard Knock Media podcasting network. Now I know what you're thinking. What does Hard Knock Media mean? It means NOC, as in Nerds
of Color,
where you can find multiple programs about multiple things, including pop culture, politics, bullshitting, Pearl Jam, and most likely Hamilton and Batman. Hey, boss, just saying hey. We welcome you. We bring you close. We embrace you at our breast. And we say, friend, lower your expectations, for you have found yourself upon the calming shores of the Dick and Fart Joke podcast, of the fucking Do It Cast, of the Hard Knock Media podcasting, dare I say, family.
family. Oh man, Brandon, that feels good. That feels good.
It does. It feels good. It's good to be back. It's good to be back.
So speaking of family,
boy howdy. All right, go on.
I spend each regular episode looking for stories that are interesting or somewhat entertaining. This story is directly related to our favorite movie franchise, The Fast and Furious. Brandon Chalmers, it turns out that the PS5 is so fucking popular that gangs in the UK are robbing trucks on the highway of their PS5s using cars.
3. Not 1, not 2, but 3. 1994 Honda Civics with Wings West body kits and green underglow. They're precision driving in unison.
Oh my God, it's so amazing.
I think we know who it is.
I can't believe, one, I can't believe that they're doing it, but two, I can't believe that it's working.
I can.
It's happened at least 27 times as of September.
Think about it, man. That's how this is going to work, baby. You can't do that here. All the truck drivers, they popping machine guns. You watch the movie, Vince got on the hood, took a little bird shot in the arm. Like, that shit ain't going to happen in the UK.
Oh, man.
All you're going to do is get some guy who's just going to hop on the hood looking like the guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And you're going to hear the other guy driving the tractor trailer. Sorry, lorry. And you're going to hear, oi. And the guy's going to go, ah. Huh? And he's going to go, oi.
Oi.
And then he's going to tell him to pull over. And then somebody's going to be like, well, what are you going to do to force me to pull over? And I'll be like, how about a pint? And no one in Britain can deny a pint. So they're going to pull over. They're going to have a pint.
It's tea. They have to stop for tea.
No, they don't have to stop for tea. No. These are lorry drivers, Jamie. They ain't got no time for tea. Ain't no tea time.
No tea time. No tea time for the lorry.
But
lorry
anyone
drivers
will stop for a quality pint.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I had a thought. Hold on. Vamp for a little bit. I will be right back.
Oh, here we go. All right. So I don't know what Jamie's doing right now, but I have this idea, right? Where it's one of two things. It's actually a promotional thing. No PS5s have been stolen. They're just giving them away to kids in need. And the precision driving is being caused by Jason Statham. And they're actually recording the next Fast movie in the UK. Now, we're not going to tell Jamie about this at all. This is a whole thing between you and I. Never mind that he edits the podcast. This is between you and I. When we find out in not the next Fast movie, because we know that was done, but the one after that they're bringing back the precision driving and stealing PS5s, that's when that shit's going to actually pop off. It's going to be great. And I'm going to be able to say, I told you so. And he's going to be like, which episode? And I'll be like, we'll go back and listen together. It'll be great. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the one and only Jamie Noguchi. Nope.
No, it doesn't work.
Settings, bro. Oh, wait, no. There you go.
It does work?
Yeah, it works fine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like,
okay.
I can pick up a lot of your breathing. You might want to back that up just a little bit.
All right, hold on. Let me turn on this volume. Oh, okay. I have volume control here. Excellent.
Hey.
Excellent.
You can bring that mic just a little closer.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Is that good?
We're good. Yeah, I think we're all right. Initially, we were picking up a lot of your breathing. I think you were a little too close to your nose.
So the Razer Kraken plug-in wired headphones.
There you go.
There you go. We're not sponsored, but we should be.
If it's good enough to tell noobs that you beaten their ass, it's good enough for podcasts.
So we were playing Density, and I was on it. We were playing PvP, and I was practicing sniping because I don't know. It's something
you were bored and looking for something to do.
Yeah.
In Destiny, there are very few actual real objectives and a lot of grinding to who knows where.
Yeah. So
there's a story in there too, apparently, or so I've been told. Not the actual story, just that there is one.
Yeah. So we're playing, and I'm doing all right. Our team is winning despite how bad I'm playing. And I get a message from somebody that says GFC, and I was like, "Well, what does that mean?" Because
Jesus fucking Christ.
No, it's in gamer speak. It says, "Get fucked, cunt." And I was like, "You had the time to type that while we were beating your ass."
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why you were beating their ass. They gave up, and they were like, "Fuck it, I'll sit at the spawn point." Fuck this guy.
So that's been my sign off whenever we play. It's just GFC. Because I felt
because it used to be GG. We used to say good game.
Yeah. And now it's just GFC. Anyway, I thought you would appreciate the story about the lorries getting jacked on the highway because life imitating art. You know, I never expected it to happen, but it did.
Yeah. So.
I have no other stories because everything is awful. So Brandon Chalmers.
It's okay. I have no notes on that story.
Yeah. What have you been geeking upon?
I have been geeking upon something that we record on Tuesday evenings. It just came out. So at the time this would be, what are we looking at right now? December 8th. Currently it is 8:42 p.m. Today, something got released that I believe I've spoken about the praises of before, but this one hits a little close to home in more ways than one. So the thing I am referring to is a video series called Gymkhana. Gymkhana are a series of car enthusiast videos, I guess the best way to put it. And it's usually Ken Block of DC shoe fame and the head of a brand called Hoonigan, which I have sung the praises of multiple times on this podcast. And they usually would pick random locations, and Ken would go and do kind of wild car stunts all over the world. and clip a video together. And it's basically like, how do you one up things? So Ken, I believe, turned 51 this year.
Wow.
And Ken decided to pass the reins, at least temporarily, over to someone who is a more local boy to us, one Travis Pastrana.
Oh.
And if you're familiar with Travis Pastrana, he is the head of the Nitro Circus. He is the lead driver for Red Bull's rally team. He drives for Subaru. He also lives in Annapolis. So he is now the driver for the Gymkhana series.
Cool.
From Hoonigan. The first video dropped today, and Travis insisted that the first video be at home.
Aww.
So it was recorded in Annapolis.
Nice.
So there are proximity slides, a jump over a twin engine speedboat at full speed, a side-by-side with a way too close proximity to a Red Bull stunt plane mid-air.
Oh my God.
Ridiculous fucking speeding. Crazy stunts. There was one stunt, which is my favorite thing. He enters a junction where he basically comes in, spins, hits the tires so bad, all four spin, and he basically does kind of a slingshot rubber band move.
Wow.
But he does it in front of a restaurant, and there is a kid in the restaurant watching him come down, and you basically see the kid stand up in the window as Travis comes down, does the burnout, and take off in the other direction. As Travis starts to gain traction, take off in the other direction, you just see this young black kid just go, yeah! And all I could think is, that kid is going to be a car fan for life.
Yeah.
Like, he is going to just worship at the altar of horsepower, and I love that.
The altar of horsepower.
Oh my God. So like, they end up ending the thing at Travis Pastrana's place, which if you've ever watched Nitro Circus, or even I believe some of the episodes of Jackass, he calls Pastrana Land, and he has ridiculous dirt jumps and a big airbag and a whole big off-road area and everything else like that. His 5-year-old daughter, I think, does a power slide. His 7-year-old daughter does like a jump. And then there's a kid at the end of the credits who does a BMX double backflip who's 9.
Jesus.
The youngest double backflip on recorded history. Like,
that's fucking rad.
And it's wild. And like, a bunch of his friends are there. The back of the Subaru has this ridiculous wing. It's got the Maryland flag on the underside of it. Like, little bit of hometown love. Oh yeah, like there's a whole there's a proximity thing that he hits where it's like a crab dangling a big inflatable football on like a fishing line that he has to try and hit with the back of the car because of an old gag, crab cakes in football, because that's what Maryland does. So like,
it's true.
ton of like acknowledgement and everything, but like, raddest part is seeing him in a controlled environment on a road that has a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit that has some serious hills, doing 155 and hitting jumps with the thing. And it awakens the like shithead 17-year-old in you who wants to drive a little too fast on a back road and got a little too squirrely that one time. You're like, This is fun. This is terrifying. And then you drive the rest of the way home, like hands at 10 and 2, just terrified. Right. Yeah. Cause a little poo came out, a little pucker moment happened. Travis does that, and you get to watch his face as he's like, fuck. It's super good. It's like 9 minutes long. It's fast paced. You all owe it to yourself to go check it out. Even if you're not a car fan, if you are a local towny kind of person, if you came from here, you used to come from here, you have friends here, whatever it is, I think you're going to enjoy it. It's wild and it's really well shot. They play around with slow-mo. Like, Hoonigan does a great job of making very exciting car films with a lot of fun little nods.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I would highly suggest checking that out. And I believe they're going to do a whole series of it. Like, the car is fucking redonkulous. Like, if you're a car guy, Subaru's rally team built this like just shy of 900 horsepower all-wheel drive flame spitting monster. Like, it's like literally flames just pouring out of the roof as the thing does 4-wheel drive donuts in the dirt, as like things as like I think dirt bikes do like giant like sideways backflips over the thing. Like it's broy as fuck. Like I can't apologize for that. It is super aggro broy. But I can confidently say there are a ton of female drivers with everything. Hoonigan did a whole support series trying to bring more female drivers in, where they did a driver search and have done multiple racing series with female drivers.
Awesome.
They're super inclusive with everyone going on. They've been super supportive of drift teams that are super supportive of the trans and gay communities. Like there've been
That's cool.
very like, they don't tolerate racist bullshit. They don't tolerate any of that stuff. They shut down people online on their forums. They have been very cool about absolutely everything.
That's awesome.
So if you're like, yeah, car stuff is all kind of super broy, yes, it was. And it has gotten noticeably better as time has gone on. And this is starting to be with the point where you're starting to see, especially like they really had an opportunity when Black Lives Matter really kind of got into fury online of shutting a lot of shit down, where a lot of people were like, shut up and race cars. And they were basically like, fuck you, go back to the cave you crawled out of.
Nice.
And it was basically like, they shut everybody down. And it's great. Like it's what cars should be. They should be dumb fun. Are they wasteful? Are they burning gas? Everything? It's like, yes, but in all fairness, for every ridiculous gas guzzling monster that they build, they usually drive electric smart cars in as their daily drivers.
That's cute.
Well, they're in LA traffic. Why the fuck burn the gas? Like,
yeah, exactly.
it's this weird trade-off of like, yeah, we have to drive into LA every day. Why the fuck are we gonna do this? Like, there's a time and place for rad vehicles. This is not it. Sitting in traffic just doesn't seem smart. So I would highly suggest go check that out. If you feel a little uncomfortable about it and you have questions or whatever it is, please feel free to hit me up on Instagram. I am at that guy Chalmers. I am happy to try and help you through everything. And I have personally reached out, joked around with, had conversations with multiple members of the Hoonigan team. They are super kind, very, very appreciative of where they are. And they know that the fans are the reason they got there. And
That's
they
so cool.
never, ever forget it. It's rad. It is super rad. So that is what I'm geeking about. If you haven't had a chance to go look at it, I believe the title of the video is Gymkhana 2020.
Nice.
So yeah, you should go check that out on YouTube.
The
Jamie Noguchi,
tubes. Yes.
What have you been geeking about?
We used to every Thanksgiving we go to San Francisco, except of course this time. And
right.
When my grandmother on my mom's side was alive, she spent a lot of time in the kitchen watching Chinese soap operas. And I couldn't understand anything that was going on.
Wait, hang on. Like, I need to put a timeout here because I realize, like, fucking token white guy. I was not aware that there are Chinese versions of, like, what I can only describe as the telenovela.
There are a lot of them are period dramas, so they have like costumes and stuff, and
okay,
and
all
there's wuxia in a lot of it, so there's like flying and swords and stuff.
What the fuck, really?
Oh yeah, so and it was always kind of interesting, but like since we couldn't understand it, we never watched it. Me and my brother would just run around and play games or stuff for like go to Japan down and get Gundam models and stuff. And anytime we asked Papa what was going on, she would say, well, he trying to kill her, and then stop and keep watching in the middle of a sentence. And we're like, Papa, what the fuck? You can't
well, yeah, they don't have TiVo. They can't just pause that.
I can't.
You don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, like I need to. Like you need to
context.
So we never understood what the fuck was going on. Anyway.
No, I mean I get it. He's trying to kill her, and I assume she's trying to kill him.
Yeah.
And then most likely they're both trying to sleep with someone else.
Yeah.
Assuming that soap operas are universally soap operas. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Like I don't culturally, there are some very real differences in between the telenovela, the traditional American style soap opera, and what I imagine this program is.
Yeah. So I never watched them because there was a huge barrier to entry.
Fucking hell, man, dude. Like, I'm not saying that I could maybe get into this more than tokusatsu, but I might be able to get into this more.
You might be able to
I
because
might be able to, right?
because a couple of like in the middle of the election cycle, I'm still feeling like shit, but I was feeling real shitty.
Yeah,
And so late at night, I would start watching Kung Fu movies because Netflix has a very good selection of Kung Fu films.
Nice.
A lot of new stuff that I'd never seen. And then Netflix started noticing that I was watching a lot of these foreign language things and said, hey, why don't you try some of these dramas? Why don't you try some of these K dramas? Why don't you try some of these C dramas? And I was like, maybe I will try a Chinese drama so I can understand what the fuck my grandmother was on about. And let me tell you, Brandon, this is how they hook you. They give you an episode. They give you an episode and you introduce you to the characters, and then things are going on and it starts to build up, and then it ends. It ends in the middle of a scene. And so you're like, well, fuck. I don't even know if I'm into this, but now I have to see what's going on in the next scene.
Okay.
You go to the next episode, they finish that scene, and they go on. So like they film a full scene, but they cut in the middle, and then they split it up 2 episodes.
Right. Okay. Wait. Time out. Subbed or dubbed?
Subtitled.
Okay.
Subtitled. Yeah.
So I don't understand how. Yeah, I assume this is not while you're working. Otherwise, I can only imagine your work is the most frantic shit, because all you're doing is because all you're listening for is like context, and all I can picture is like you waiting the way I used to watch like telenovelas when I would be sitting at home like working remotely or whatever.
Right.
It'd be on, and I wouldn't necessarily pay attention until the music started either getting very soft or very intense. This like no, Maria, and I'm like, oh shit, right, and then suddenly everything turns into a fucking like Pablo Francisco bit. I'm right, yeah, and then, like I'm listening to her, and she's got the like really high pitched voice, and he sounds like like. You know, he's just all he does is just chain smoke like crazy. Right. Yeah. Just a lot of this just Maria is and you're like, no. And she's over there going, and they're going back and forth, and the music gets crazy. And like, I couldn't imagine doing that. The idea, by the way, of you taking a break in the middle of the day as your daughter's like in school.
No, this happens late at night.
This is a late at night thing.
This is all late at night when I'm feeling really awful and I can't like do anything else. Like
I could go to bed, snuggle up with my wife, and think about the day and let it slowly slip away as I get the refreshing replenishment of sleep.
No.
Or
you need to know about
snacks.
What's going on at Kunlun Mountain? You have to know all this shit.
Okay, hang on. So I need to know like generic character names. I need to understand what's going on.
I've gone through 2 already. I'm on my 3rd. So the first drama I watched was called The King's Avatar. And it's about a guy who used to be a pro gamer, like doing an MMO thing. And I was like, this sounds terrible. I'm going to watch the shit out of this. And the interesting thing about this show is that like they half of it is done in real life. And then the other half, it's their in-game characters. It's filmed in-game in this fake game that they made for this fucking show.
Okay.
And like,
no, stop. This is a tokusatsu. Quit fucking around. Because what you're describing to me, Jamie, is something that I recognize from American television, which is VR Troopers.
Yeah. Except
like
it's Chinese.
Okay, fair enough. You're describing it as a drama, and what it sounds like is a sci-fi action adventure.
It's kind of, so the game is a sci-fi action adventure. The drama is him rebuilding a team because like the new guy comes in and replaces him. So he's like, well, fuck it. I'm going to quit the league. I'm going to start over from scratch, rebuild a team, re-enter the league and show you that like my friend who's dead was a master at creating these weapons. And I'm like,
bitch, please. What? That's a Disney movie. Stop it. Stop it. Kill a main character support. Have them overcome adversity, have them do it in a place where none of us can actually end up being, and then win the day with a cast of friends around them, with a lot of very stereotypical people around them.
Yes.
They need the heavyset friend who's a little too clumsy, but real kind and sweet. It's the Voltron factor. Fuck you. That's a Disney movie.
It is.
It's a Disney movie.
And it sucked me in. It sucked me in by the third episode.
It does.
The third episode, I was like, I need to know what's going on.
Yeah, because that's the first fucking 27 minutes of a Disney movie.
It is.
They kill Nemo's mom, then all of a sudden they present Nemo's dad, then Nemo's got a busted fin, and you're like, oh no, what's going to happen to Nemo? And then Nemo starts to overcome adversity, and then suddenly they cut to episode 4. And you're like, fuck, I love this movie.
Yeah. The second one I watched is The Handsome Siblings, which is a dumb title. And I was like,
hang on. For a Chinese soap opera, great porno title.
Yeah. And the premise is these twins are separated at birth. They don't know each other.
Say it slower.
These twins are separated at birth.
Right.
One is raised by the 10 evil villains. One of us raised by like the righteous whatever.
Hang on. One bit by bat, one bit by wolf. They can never combine the bloodlines.
It's underworld.
It's underworld. You've described underworld.
Underworld with kung fu. Every single episode of this,
sir. I've described Underworld. Go watch Underworld.
It doesn't have kung fu. Brandon Chalmers.
Gun fu. That's Brandon Chalmers. Close.
No. You don't understand. There is kung fu, and then there's the shit that Hollywood films. This shit is I will never be able to watch the live action Mulan because it won't look as good as this. It costs like.
You're gonna watch the live action Mulan because fuck them.
Well, that's
You've
true.
made this clear.
Right.
Stand by your principles.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I'm good with all that.
But like this probably cost a fraction of Mulan's budget, and it looks
damn right.
Amazing. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
So I Handsome Siblings got me because every time you think they introduce some stupid side character,
right?
It
comes out they're a vampire.
It ramps up into the regular storyline, and there's one character that is basically me. It is basically me. He has the long hair, the long beard, and he just yells his entire dialogue is like.
Hang on a second. What you were describing, to the best of my understanding, is an old tokusatsu villain.
Yeah.
Like that's why you love this. You were raised on this.
I wasn't though. Like I came into tokusatsu
Weren't you, though?
after college. I'd never seen Super Sentai before. I didn't know anything about all that stuff. Yeah, but
hang on a second. Look, I'm gonna. You definitely have talked to me about how you grew up idolizing a lot of the old school kung fu movies and a lot of
true.
The
yeah,
Asian
the kung fu
actors growing up in the 80s.
Yeah.
And a lot of them had that weird kind of long hair, long beard. Right. Yeah. Like,
no, but
so the idea of you being like, that's my guy.
I will
guy's here.
I will send you some video clips or something of this guy. And it is uncanny. It is me in this role. It's just it is all of me. And I was like, I wish there was a side story with just this guy. There isn't, but he's amazing.
Write a letter. Yeah. Like, I have a typewriter. I'll type it up on letterhead from the desk of Jamie Noguchi, dictated, not read.
Yeah.
And we can hop on a Zoom call. I'll just tap away. I'll rip it. Like, you can record it. Like, so this way they know that you dictated it. Yeah. Here's what we'll do. We'll send an email with it. And then weeks later, they'll receive the physical letter.
Yeah. Oh man.
You want to make an impression. It's you dictating to my big ass what to say, done exactly in this character model of that guy.
Yeah.
And then me ripping the paper clean from the typewriter and going, got it, boss, and slamming the lid and then just putting it in the mail.
Yeah. Oh man, I love this shit. I love this shit. I'm on my third one. It's called Eternal Love. Like the Chinese title is like 3 lives and a peach blossom orchard or whatever.
Right. And
It's
when
just-
does Princes of the Universe start playing?
It is Highlander. That's
It is
why
Highlander.
I love it.
Of course it's Highlander. Dude, bro, like, I can work these out. How quickly have I worked these out? Like,
It's so good. It's so
like,
good, Brandon.
And
It
this
is
is
so
the terrible part
good.
of my brain is I can't tell if we stole it from them or like a lot of things that I've seen, because copyright law doesn't really exist in certain areas there. They are just like, fuck it, we'll take a story. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And then they just decide to make their own version of it because they're fucking punk rock about it. Like,
Yeah. This one has less martial arts than Handsome Siblings, but I'm sucked in anyway. It's awful. It's like, I want that outfit. I want that outfit. She looks vaguely Caucasian somehow.
I would love to just have a like static like GoPro camera where I watch you eating snacks and then I hear 2 people speaking in a very dramatic manner and have you shoving popcorn in your mouth going, that traitorous motherfucker. How could you? Like, I don't get to see what's going on. It's just watching you every like 9 or so minutes, just shouting at the TV.
Because I do that.
Of course you do. I saw fucking Pacific Rim with you. You're the man who couldn't hold it together when a sword showed up in a room in a crowded movie theater. You shouted, sword, fucking sword. I am very aware you have zero impulse control when it comes. Jamie, I remember watching the second fucking G.I. Joe movie with you, and when the movie stopped because there was an issue, the lights came up, and before we knew what was going on, I think you were convinced the movie's done because a guy driving a motorcycle did a wheelie, and then the motorcycle...
Missiles.
Hang on. How did you word it? The motorcycle, what became missiles, and then blew up a goddamn gate as if you needed like 9 missiles to blow up a gate. And you like just kept repeating it to the point where the other weirdly like 7 couples spattered around this movie there started laughing. You kept trying to settle you down, and you're like, motherfucker, listen to me. The motorcycle did a wheelie full Evel Knievel and turned into missiles. Like, you went the most American. You did an Evel Knievel stunt into a George W. Bush strike. Like, that's what you did.
Yeah. It was so good. It was so good. Oh,
Right.
God
So,
damn it.
weirdly, I can understand the idea that you would absolutely be shouting at your TV about this Chinese soap opera.
So good.
And
It's
I
so
want
good.
I want just the play-by, because honestly, that's something I could leave on all day. Like just a static camera of just a feed, unedited, completely unedited. Like you go and you hit the button, and then I could easily listen to you making popcorn for like 6 minutes as you like wandered around, and then you got your laptop set up and you plug your laptop into the HDMI cord. It goes into the TV because I know you got to watch it some weird janky way.
Yeah,
and then you're like, okay, here we go. You hit the space bar, you settle in, you got your popcorn, you got your Coke, you settle in, everything else like that. And we could get easily 14 minutes into this where I just hear multiple Chinese people just speaking with dramatic music, and you just munch, and then tapping on your phone and texting away, and then all of a sudden it would pop.
What's that motherfucker doing?
Right? Yeah. Just wait. Hang on. The fuck you just say? And I'd realize that you're starting to really understand what's going on because you'd be in your phone and then all of a sudden you'd hear a voice and you go, no. And then it would start and I wouldn't have to listen. Like I'd have to wait. And then like I could even be at work and watching this. And literally I only need like a minute and a half because I need to wait for you to start getting excited. And then what I'll do is I'll just slide my keyboard aside, slide my phone front and center, tilt sideways so that I get this in full view, and then watch you have a meltdown, laugh like a fucking child, tip my phone back up, slide it back over, keyboard, and just continue until I hear you go off again.
Oh, man.
Because I can tell you, that would be and then all of a sudden it would be pause, slide, tip, play. Nice. Tip, pause, slide, play. Like just...
Oh my God. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh man. That would be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. Just you, just like, because honestly, I hate to say it this way. What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
This is where YouTube shuts you down for copyright infringement, ironically enough.
Yeah, that would be funny as shit.
But
oh my God.
I'm here for it. If you want to just set that camera up, I am here for it.
Well, Brandon, I recommend them. They are very fun.
Apparently you do.
They are nuts. And they're very long. So you're in for a ride because it's like a short one is 40 episodes. And they're all like
Christ.
45 minutes long. And
well,
stuff.
yeah, I mean, they're soap operas. Like, I get the idea of that. But then again, like, General Hospital's been on since, like, I don't know, 70s or something like that. And it's still fucking on now. I'm probably wrong, and somebody will correct me. And frankly, I don't watch soap operas. It's not my jam. I watch wrestling. So I get it. And I throw zero shade. So please understand, when I say it that way, it's not a judgment. You enjoy soap operas? So do I. Just a different dumb version.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
This is a safe space.
Yeah, they're great. It's fun. Oh man. Well, we were gonna bullshit about movies and stuff, but I think
were we? Okay.
I think we'll put a pin in that.
We'll put a pin in that. That sounds good.
We'll put a pin in that.
Let me ask you a question maybe for next week.
Sure.
Do you do, like, I don't know what the holidays are like in the Noguchi household.
So Thanksgiving was a big one because every year we go to San Francisco. We didn't do that this year. And then Christmas we get together. Like we usually do something down at Audrey's place and then something at my folks' place. We're not doing that this year.
Right. No, I get that.
So that's usually it. And those are the kind of holidays we do.
Do you do like decorations? Do you do a tree? Do you?
When I was growing up, we had a tree.
Okay.
We have a small tree now.
That's fine. No, not.
Well, no, I'm just trying to figure out like what we've done in the past, but like somehow the cats are not eating the small tree that we have set up. So that might be.
That's awesome. No, like everybody celebrates Christmas a little differently, or the holidays or whatever it is. And like, I say Christmas because that is the holiday that I've grown up celebrating. Yeah. Please understand, for context's sake, I am a fucking pain in the ass atheist, but I genuinely enjoy the holiday. I'm a preachy fucking, like, don't take me to parties level atheist. Like, I definitely in my 20s have uttered the words, well, I thought that you were smart, but then you started talking about this. So like, I'm the worst kind of person about religion. So nice. I say this in all honesty at this point now, like, so long as it's not fucking encroaching on anybody else, whatever, I'm not going to get into that conversation. The point being is, I like Christmas. I think it's fun. There's a lot of lights. Usually you get everybody together. You get to do some nice things for people, usually buy them a gift they wouldn't necessarily buy themselves. You try and spend a little time with family and, or more importantly, the people you consider family. The decorations are I think, kitschy and fun, and like I like them when they are very much tacky as fuck. Like I like this obnoxious version of Christmas where like it's just a ton of fucking lights and you go look at it and he goes, that's a fucking lot. And then I go, yeah, I know. Come on, let's go do the thing. And everybody's a little awkward about it. And we all end up kind of having a good time where you're like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I can kind of get behind this. This is kind of fun. That's my idea of it. But in turn, I grew up with an unhealthy love of Christmas music.
Oh God.
Okay. So this was going to be my question is, do you do the Christmas music at all?
Audrey loves that shit. I hate that shit.
That's awesome.
Fucking hate that shit.
Okay.
With a passion.
Okay. Right on. All right. This is, I think what this needs to be is not a podcast episode, but a Zoom call between Audrey and I.
The problem is that the holiday channel here is the whitest shit ever. So I did not know that Christmas existed in other ethnicities until I grew up. So like Christmas time in Hollis, Queens is a fucking jam.
Hell yeah, that is 100% on my. This is where I was going. Is what's on the playlist?
Yeah, like I will listen to like the urban Christmas channels.
Because, okay, right on.
Because like Bing can fuck himself. Okay, Bing can go screw.
God damn it!
And if I have to hear another person tell me how like "Baby It's Cold Outside" is really empowering, fuck you. Also, Christmas shoes can go suck on a log. Like Christmas shoes,
let me
staple to your fucking feet.
You're going down a rabbit hole here, so I'm going to hit a couple of these real fast. Yeah. Yes, Bing can go fuck himself. And by the way, if anyone's curious, and I think I've talked about this on a previous podcast, go ahead and Google Bing Crosby orange juice commercial, because there's a point where he's got his kids at the table, and the kids are like enjoying a delicious breakfast with Florida orange juice, blah, 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 blah. Because I'm Bing Crosby, save some for dad now. And that was the line that happened. And then years later, you found out the Bing used to beat his kids hard, like pushed Bing Jr. down a fucking flight of stairs hard. And like the idea of him sitting there on camera with his kids who clearly didn't get beat because they're going to be on camera for a while, and Bing trying to work his way through the lines where he's trying to be fine, like, you know, kind to his kids, where he's like, save some for dad now. I'm
gonna beat you with a sack of rocks.
And you know, there's a moment where like the kids are like, and you know, Bing's looking at them from the other side of the camera like, fucking say a thing, I'm gonna come upside your goddamn head. And it is aggressive as fuck. So anytime I hear Bing, all I can do, hey now, whoa, time out. You're confusing Bing with the Drifters, which is not the same thing.
Didn't he do a version of that?
He did, but who the fuck cares about that version? The real version is by the Drifters, and they're fucking delightful.
I agree with you. I will agree with
you. So if you find yourself at a Christmas gathering, at work, listening to 101.9 locally, Light FM, which has been playing Christmas music since near as I can tell.
February.
Basically February. They're going to play the Bing Crosby ones and just listen deep and think about how Bing beats his kids, and every line of every Christmas song he ever sings sounds a little more threatening.
It does.
A little more. Oh yeah, 100%.
It does.
It's Springsteen's version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It's not necessarily a pleasant song. It's a warning sign that Santa Claus is coming, because really what Bruce Springsteen is Bruce Springsteen singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town is the early warning for New Jersey residents to hunker down and stay inside.
It sounds
Santa
so pained.
So pained for you. He does not stop. You need to watch out. He smells your tears, so you better not cry. You need to watch out because Bruce is going to tell you why. And it's not about the ghost of Tom Joad. It is about Santa Claus coming to town. He sees you when you are actually sleeping. He knows when you are awake. He will strike in the dead of night at your weakest moment.
I love that. I love that.
He does.
I love that. So there are songs that I do love on the playlist, and that
I knew
because it's so wrong. It is so
I'd get you.
It's so bad, and he's so out of tune, and it's so funny to me. Just like
because to my understanding, that version on that album, like the live version that everybody hears, I thought was from a summertime concert in Central Park from like 96.
That makes sense.
Which is why everybody's laughing when he's doing the song because it makes no fucking sense.
He just keeps going like,
well, because he does the big beginning where he's like,
hey, man,
have you been good? Have you been good? You gonna ask Santa Claus for a new saxophone? And he's all over there going, yeah. And like they're all joking around back and forth. And he's asking the band if you've been good. And like Max Weinberg's like, I can't believe I fucking left Conan for this. And like the rest of the E Street Band's like, God damn it, I hope the check clears next week.
Yeah.
Right. So like they're all dealing with Bruce. And Bruce sounds like a dad who started off making this a joke to make the kids uncomfortable and then starts getting
hard,
way too into this.
Yeah.
Like it's everything that a dad thought was going to be awkward. We're like, hey, hon. Oh, yeah. You want to paint my nails? That's totally fine. Yeah, I think aquamarine is a great color. I think you're doing kind of a haphazard job. You need to go back and get these index fingers because we're going to do this right. By the way, do you do petties? And do we have cotton balls? I'd like to have my toes separated. Yeah. Santa Claus is coming to town. Right. And it's like, whoa, Bruce, calm it down, buddy.
There's another one that's terrible. It's like
there's a ton of them. Hang on. The Christmas shoes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
To address this.
Yeah.
So the best way to listen to the Christmas shoes endeavor is type in to your YouTube machine.
YouTube's
Patton Oswalt Christmas shoes.
Yeah, the animated version
has taken the entire bit of Patton Oswalt's Christmas shoes and animated it, and it is what I would dare to say the pinnacle of mockery of Christmas bullshit. And my personal experience, everyone who considers themselves a devout Christian has watched that video by my hand, and all of them go from uncomfortable laughter to unhinging their fucking jaw.
Meh.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yes. Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the one that I listen to every year because it's awful is the Beatles did a series of Christmas records for their fan club, and it is awful. They are so high and they give zero fucks, and it's hysterical. It is a great, like, it's them shitting around for like a half hour for their fan club, and I love it because it's terrible.
Yeah. Okay. So a couple quick things that, since we're already into it, so you owe it to yourself if you're not a Christmas fan, regardless of that. Find the streaming service that you're looking that is of your choice. Search the Vince Girardi trio and look for the Charlie Brown Christmas album. The only Christmas album you ever need to listen to.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
Perfectly done.
Perfectly
done.
Yeah, I mean,
it might even be in like my top 5 albums ever because I genuinely could listen to that on repeat the entire month of December and nothing else and be perfectly happy.
I'll give you that one because that shit is smooth. Like,
it's super good. You owe it to yourself to listen to any Muppets Christmas, especially the John Denver stuff. It's very funny. It's very kitschy. There's also my favorite joke where they do a version of "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," where they tell us to bring us some figgy pudding.
Piggy pudding.
Right. Well, no, Miss Piggy gets confused and says figgy pudding, and Gonzo goes, "Yes, it's pudding made with figs and bacon. So he's because he's a shithead always, and he's great. Let's see. You probably owe it to yourself to listen to basically all of the A Very Special Christmas albums. There's like 3 of them. They're the ones that have like Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and the Blues Traveler Christmas album and our version of Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And they're very good. You owe it to yourself to listen to Hootie's version of the Christmas song. Nat King Cole is great, but I prefer the more up-to-date one. You owe it to yourself to listen to Crabs for Christmas if you are a local boy, because it is fucking perfect. Anything Stevie Wonder, the Drifters are great. Peace in the City Grease, which is a rad band out of Philadelphia, does a great version of What Christmas Means to Me. And then I would probably tell you the only one that is a Bing Crosby song that I will accept is Mele Kalikimaka, because I haven't been able to find a better version.
Yeah. I've heard that. Yeah. The Hawaiian Christmas.
Right. The Hawaiian Christmas thing. And then the last thing I would tell you is maybe like, I think it was like 2009 or 10 or something like that. The Barenaked Ladies did a Christmas album that is absolutely outstanding. And they also did my favorite version of Auld Lang Syne on New Year's, that you get a few drinks in you and you start thinking about family and everything else like that. And the waterworks will absolutely get to right here. You will well up like a motherfucker. Like, I challenge you, get 5 drinks in, throw that on, put the lights on, and watch the feelings come to the surface. It's like putting your emotions on a medium high boil. Like, just put on the simmer and just watch the bubbles just start to hit, and all you're doing is questioning the surface tension. That's all you're doing.
Right,
Oh god, yeah. Like, he starts off slow, and then they've got the multi-tier, because this is back when Barenaked Ladies was like still together. So they did that, like, one guy goes the high register, one guy goes that kind of like somber kind of mid-range, and then the rest of the band comes in and just fucking crushes me.
Have you survived Whamageddon?
No. I was out early.
Yeah, I was out day one. Because I was driving home, I was flipping through the radio, and there it was. I was like, well, I'm done.
Yep. Yeah. I was out super early.
I like that one too, because it's real depressing.
Oh, it's super depressing. There are some other really good versions out there.
I like really depressing songs.
Yeah, there are some very good versions out of there. The one that I had seen recently that was really great was people breaking down the lyrics of All I Want for Christmas Is You and realizing that right out of the gate, Mariah is throwing the darkest of shade. Because it's, I don't want a lot for Christmas.
Just you.
All I want is you. Therefore,
you ain't a lot.
I don't equal a lot. The only thing that is worse than this is singing a loving rendition of All I Want, sorry, I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas at a guy who looks like me.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That's your own, like, it's the only thing that's worse.
God, someone needs to make that video right now.
Right, yeah. Just some, right, yeah, just some little, like, you just like Shirley Temple looking shithead and just, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. You're like, why the fuck are you pointing at me? Only a hippopotamus will do.
Also,
like, no, don't you put that on me.
Yeah. Also, the Eartha Kitt song, Santa Baby.
Her version of Santa Baby is maybe the sexiest Christmas song ever.
Yeah, I mean, Santa would get it.
Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, like
Eartha Kitt.
Yes.
God damn.
Yeah, 15 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Would
so
that woman again?
Clearly, there are a handful in there that I like, but in general, I am not a fan of the seasonal music.
I think you are. I think you just need a more seasoned playlist.
I need a playlist that kicks out a whole bunch of shit.
You can't do the radio. You can't do the radio. Neither can I.
Yeah, because the radio is not. It's the radio goes for like up tempo.
I don't need. Frankly, you know what the usual decider is? I don't need Little Drummer Boy.
Nope. Paruppa-pum. Fuck you. The baby's trying to sleep. The baby's trying to sleep.
David Bowie Bing version I can do without.
Yeah. No.
And I'd say that's basically the best one of them, but it's too slow. Like, I don't need Silent Night. I don't need fucking Drummer Boy. Like, we can do without these. But I can definitely do like What Christmas Means to Me, and like, and even some of the slower ones that are a little more bluesy, like Please Come Home for Christmas. Yeah. Eagles do a killer version of that.
There was a K-pop Christmas list on Spotify, and I was like, well, this sounds interesting. It was just K-pop, and then half of them had the word Christmas in it, and I was like, well, that's kind of cool.
So there is a series of videos from a guy, I'm trying to remember what his name is, but basically what he would do is he would play jazz piano to memes that were happening, or like TikTok videos, and they're fucking great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find it real quick here, but he basically broke down like Christmas music isn't really Christmas music anymore, because like the requirement is, do you mention Christmas and are there sleigh bells? And if you meet those two criteria, congratulations, it's Christmas music. Like, those are the only requirements that happen here. Let's see. So we were looking at the YouTube channel is Charles Cornell. He was also on Instagram doing a bunch of fun videos and everything else like that. But yeah, like basically he breaks down like Mariah Carey Christmas songs that aren't the Mariah Carey Christmas song.
Right. The song.
Well, yeah, because every time Christmas comes around and that song starts, I saw a meme of it. All I see is like Rita Repulsa from fucking Power Rangers, just like bursting out of the weird like manhole cover. And you're like, since 364 days, I'm free. And I was like, gotcha. Okay,
Didn't it like reach #1 for the first time? Like, was it last season or this season?
Last year, I believe. Yeah, people got fucking obsessed over it.
Yeah, like it hit #1 for the first time. I was like, that thing hasn't hit #1 multiple times. Like, it's the only song in the season. I mean, other music comes out, but it's the only song in the season. It's like song. It's the song. I hate it. It is the song.
I probably hate it because it's very, very overplayed. Like, oh god damn it! Now all I want is a Batista entrance video with that goddamn piano. Yeah. And then just him walking down to the ring and
please tell me someone's done that. Oh my god.
I don't know. We're gonna have to search.
We're gonna have to look at
the podcast is going totally off the rails now at this point, as if we had structure before. But now I'm going, I want to see blah 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 with blah blah blah. Like, yeah, you're talking to somebody who had the thought process the other day of listening to Matchbox 20 and then thinking of what were the lyrics like? I wonder what it's like to be the Rainmaker. And I was like, I wonder if anybody has said Okada's entrance to this.
Yes, Rainmaker.
It turns out no. I was unable to find a video.
Well, Brandon Chalmers.
So it turns out the Venn diagram of New Japan Pro Wrestling fans and Matchbox 20 fans and people who like to edit video have not crossed that triple Venn diagram. No. We have not created that nougat center.
Yeah.
And I'm sad. Like I'm sad. I'm not even going to tiptoe around it.
You got to make it.
Sad for that.
You got to make it. You got to make it, Brandon.
No.
All right, I'll make it. When my new computer, when my new computer comes in, you tell me what memes you need made. I'll fucking make it. I'm getting a 3080 in my machine. Yeah. I got a AMD some bullshit processor. It's coming in. It's coming in. I got the hotness. It's coming in.
I
8
can't
months
wait for
from now,
this.
but it's coming in.
I was gonna say, yeah, sometime around June, if I remember this joke,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
You tell
my
me,
video.
I'll do it. I'll do that shit. Do not give a fuck. Do not give a fuck. This thing on this machine is gonna render in like 8 hours. On my new machine, it'll render in 2 seconds. So I'll have time
Yeah.
to make dumb shit memes.
Oh man.
Okay, Brandon Chalmers, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at that guy Chalmers. Jamie Noguchi, where can they find you?
Jamie Noguchi on Instagram, Jamie Noguchi on Google, just here, there, everywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, open the lids of your laptop. Find
I'm on
yourself
Wikipedia.
a web browser and type in Jamie Noguchi into that search bar. Now you're going to find multiple things. You're going to find him on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, on SoundCloud, on Apple Music, on Spotify, on Time Magazine.
Yeah, actually.
You're going to find his comic. You're going to find Monster Cutie. You're going to find his merch page.
Oh, that I'm working on that. Not yet.
You're going to used to find his merch.
You're going to used to find the
You're going to find his comics.
Yeah.
You're going to find the book.
Yeah.
The book. Jamie, where can they buy the book? It is the holiday season.
Bookshop.org. That's where I like to send people.
There you go. Okay. And do they just type in Jamie Noguchi? What do they type in there?
Yeah, you could type in my name. You could type in Jeremy's name. You can type in School for Extraterrestrial Girls. And
there you go.
You'll find our listing.
Yep. In most cases, most websites have been saying that order by the 18th and you'll get it there by Christmas. I would probably say order sooner. But if you're listening to this and you're like, hey, I wonder what to get somebody. I haven't been able to see them in a while. I have a friend who has a kid, yada, yada, yada. Totally pick up this book. Send it to them. I think they'd really appreciate it. I think it'd be a really nice gift.
No cursing in it.
No cursing, which is weird for Jamie, but like it's there deep down, I gotta believe.
They say it in between the pages.
Yeah. The words that aren't written.
If you look really close, you can see where I pricked my finger and put blood in the red ink. It's fine. It's great. It's great. I also love Kiss. Did Kiss make a Christmas music? Fuck. Now I have to look up if Kiss made a Christmas album.
They did. You know that
Christ.
You know they did, because don't they have the special where they save Christmas, or am I confusing that with a Family Guy bit? I know they did a Scooby-Doo thing. I need to find out whether or not Kiss saves Christmas.
God damn it. Now we need to look that shit. All right. Well,
yep.
We got homework for next week. All right.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Stay safe, everybody. And, happy
Wear
holidays.
a mask, stay inside. Please, please, please. I beg of you. Don't let the holidays be an excuse to make poor decisions. I know you miss your family. I know you miss your friends. I get it. I feel the same way. Jamie feels the same way. Don't get sloppy now. I don't want any of you to get sick. I don't want any of you to end up hospitalized.
We're at the cusp.
I don't want you to get your family sick.
Yeah.
We're so close to a vaccine.
I
know you're like, Brandon, it's going to be months. I know.
Yeah.
But where the fuck are we compared to where we were in March?
Yeah.
Just calm and just be patient. All right. Send nice gifts to your friends.
We're doing final DPS on the raid boss. So just stick it to it.
Now, you know what? Now is the excuse of you've always talked about sending a Christmas card. Send a card this year.
Yeah.
Put pen to paper and tell people how you feel and put a stamp on it and save the post office.
Save the post office.
Yeah. So do yourself a favor. Go do that. Just stay inside. Be safe. I beg of you. Don't let the temptation turn you away from logic and reason. You all have done so well, and I am so proud of you.
So close. So close.
We are very close.
So close.
So, all right. Be safe. We will see you next week. We love you very much. Go forth and do well in the world. And remember to be kind. Pay that shit forward. It matters.
Peace.
Later.